These rails link us to the past, back to the first people who settled these Smoky Mountains. The settlers who migrated here in the early 1700s were a hardy stock. The lure of the frontier called them, so they came, with nothing but the promise of isolation and tremendous hardship. They came, bringing with them their axes and iron kettles, their muskets and their Bibles. With quiet perseverance, these proud people flourished, carving farmsteads and wagon trails out of the vast wilderness. In the still quiet of early morning, a fine mist covers the valley floor and clings to the sides of the mountain peaks as far as the eye can see. Countless generations before the white man settled here, these mountains were part of the great Cherokee Nation, and it was the Cherokee who gave them their name, calling these brooding hills Shakogni, the place of blue smoke. Stretching majestically across western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee, the Great Smoky Mountains are the oldest and most scenic mountain range in America. This is truly an enchanted land. The deep forests, ancient and pristine. The sparkling mountain streams. Breathtaking waterfalls. Abundant wildlife. And delicate mountain wildflowers. In the mid-1800s, a famine struck western North Carolina. This grim ordeal led the early settlers to look for a way to end their isolation. They began to dream of a railway, which would link the mountains with the outside world. In 1880, the original western North Carolina Railroad track was completed from the Piedmont region to Asheville. The line reached Waynesville in 1882 and Bryson City in 1884. At last, in 1891, after almost 40 years of back-breaking labor through mountainous terrain, the line reached Murphy, and the dream of those early mountain settlers became a reality. Today, over a century later, the route is operated as the Great Smoky Mountains Railway. Old number 1702 is a steam engine built by the Baldwin Locomotive Company in 1942 for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. It would use to transport materials to our armed services during World War II. He was later featured in the 1964 film This Property is Condemned, starring Robert Redford, Natalie Wood, and Charles Bronson. Thanks to loving restoration, engine number 1702 looks good for its 50 years. The Tuckasegee River excursion is one of the favorites on the line, following the Tuckasegee River from Dillsboro to Bryson City. Dillsboro is a charming town, founded in the early 1880s by William A. Dills. The Jarrett House, named the Mount Beulah Hotel when it was built by the town's founder in 1884, is listed as a National Historic Place. Dinner reservations for railway passengers and employees were once telegraphed ahead to the hotel's dining room from the Balsam Depot. The Cowee Tunnel was built to avoid laying the track along a hairpin curve of the Tuckasegee River. Using nitroglycerin, pickaxes, and shovels, convict laborers dug for 18 months through solid rock to complete the 836-foot tunnel. Tragedy struck on a wintry morning in December of 1883. A flatboat with 19 shackled prisoners capsized while crossing the icy waters of the Tuckasegee. All 19 convicts drowned and were buried in an unmarked grave on a hillside above the tunnel. According to local legend, the ghosts of these unfortunate souls still haunt that tunnel today.